Yo, what's good? It's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys another saucy trading here. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I made $196 today selling GU. Before we even get to that, I want you to understand the context. And I caught this way before it even happened. This happened. I made this weekly outlook video on Sunday. I went live on Sunday, and I'm gonna show you guys what basically my bias and what I was looking for. And this price is gonna trade down. Maybe use this this down close candle, the opening price of that week right here. Use that and then maybe start expanding higher, and maybe we trade into this balanced price range. And boom, baby, just like that. Just like magic. You know what I'm saying? It did exactly what I was looking for it to do. And now I'm gonna show you guys exactly how it played out and how I sold GU. Let's go ahead and get right into the analysis, what I'm looking for today. So I went live and did a whole little weekly outlook, little weekly my little weekly bias video. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at basically dollar to continue up higher today, play off this weekly order block for today. I'm thinking dollar is gonna go higher, maybe go into that balanced price range. Right now we came down into that weekly open order block price and had some displacement higher. Now what I am waiting for is a pullback. I need a pullback. I need to see a pullback into this fair value gap. Maybe the lower end, the higher end. If it can hold that higher end, that'd be fine. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, I'm looking for that to be hopefully a breakaway. So if it does come into there, I'm looking for like an order block to get created in there and then maybe go higher. So the same thing for GU. Not the same thing for GU as in terms of going higher, but in terms of going lower, I want to see GU come up higher and then give me some type of entry signal. Right, but I'm gonna trade EU before I trade GU today, because GU did run out the previous daily high. I did have some strength to get all the way up there, you know what I'm saying? But EU didn't. EU didn't have the strength to get up to the previous daily high, but GU did have the strength to get up to knock out the previous daily high. Right, so what I am aiming for GU is that Asia midnight open price down in here. I think price can get up there, down into there today. And for EU, I'm looking for it to go lower, right? Go lower, maybe reach down into maybe some failure swings, which is in here. You do have a bit of sell side liquidity relative equal lows right here. You do have this long ass wick, that's the previous weekly low, but you have all of this right here as sell side. So if I do get a 15-minute order block or something getting created inside of here, I wouldn't mind taking a setup. Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a setup within this area right here. Maybe this 15-minute FEG. I don't know why I put 15-minute order block. This 15-minute FEG, right? I'm willing to take a sell right in there if price gives me an entry signal for NASDAQ and ES, because I know y'all love y'all NAS and ES. For the last last week I was not loving it at all. Didn't trade it. Right, didn't touch it. We are running up into that not previous new week opening gap, new week opening gap of March 7th that week. Right, I'm looking forward to us to trade up into there and see what we do there. If we trade up and hit it and get a lot of rejection off of there, right, and then we start getting some displacement off of there, especially during the open. Now I'm looking for us to start trading back towards the the current new week opening gap, which is right here. So if it can go there, closing price and then open price, right? So if we get down into there, that is my draw on liquidity if we get up into there, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Damn, what the fuck is the new week? Oh, there we go. New week opening gap. So yeah, once we get up into there, this new week, this previous, I don't know when, if this is the previous new week opening gap. I think this is the last week. Right, get up into there, boom, displacement, and we straight. You know what I'm saying? We'll take that and displacement away from there. Right, not bullish on indices yet, not until we start getting some closes on a daily basis of maybe consequent encroachment of that this weekly FEG. Start closing on a daily basis. Maybe I'll change my bias instead of it going lower. Right now, my bias is still lower. Higher time frame is still lower. The current draw right now is this weekly fair value gap and that new week opening gap price, right? Once we get there and we start displacement from there, I start taking sales. I'll start going for sales. But right now, I'm just looking at EU and GU right now until we get into close to open, and then I can see what NAS might be doing. But if I'm already in a EU AU trade, then I'll take the EU trade. EU does seem a bit low resistant. Let's see where did it open. Open today. Open fairly close to 50%. So yeah, it does seem not too low resistant, but it does seem low resistant. It seemed like we could start going lower. The end result is us trading. Not end result. End result is here. That's like high hanging fruit, but at least trading to the consequent encroachment. That is FEG. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for today, guys. Man, today, guys, is gonna be a great day, great week, man. I hope you guys enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Be it trade safe. Don't over leverage. Don't be too risky. Don't tilt, man. Tilting is not gonna get you nowhere. You're not collecting the right data by tilting, man. Just remember that, man. You don't have to tilt. You don't have to tilt to be successful at the shit. If you tilt, you're gonna not be successful at the shit. I don't care if the tilt goes great. I swear to God, in the end, if you don't become disciplined, it's done. It's done. But you have to start now. You know what I'm saying? You have to start now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. We'll see what happens though. So we got a little bit of PMI reports at 9:45 today. So that might give a little bit of substance to the market. You know what I'm saying? Give a little volatility, maybe a little bit. Now EU, it could go down from here, but I'm demanding a retracement up into this, at least more in a premium, right? It could go down from here, but for patience, for what I'm looking for, what I need it to give me a retracement up into here, somewhere in here. It doesn't have to come right into the 15-minute FEG, but somewhere in here, I need something much more deeper than this, right? But it could run from here. All right, let's do a little bit of psychology, right? So in terms of my week, right, you guys know I've been having a good month of March, right? I feel like can't lose. You know what I mean? When I know that it's all probability. The next trade could be a loss, the next trade could be a win, right? The fact that my mind, like where I'm at in March, how good of a month that I've been in, right? I could be a little amped up, you know? And let's say if I'm looking at the chart, and yes, I'm looking at potentially trading EU, right? And I'm demanding it to come here. I can see this and get fearful of missing out. Once you feel that, you have to be aware of that. Like, okay, boom. I could have FOMO right now. No, I have to demand myself to stick to the process, right, of what I want to see. Even though I can see this and I'd be like, I want to take this shit. I'll put my stop here and then aim for, because you don't want to miss the trade when it could potentially come up and stop you out. And then what? Then you're like, fuck, I should have waited. So since you made that mistake, now it's like, okay, let me re-enter that trade. And let me try to get the position since I made a mistake, and it can still go lower, and then you get stopped out again. And it's like, okay, now I'm getting close to a 8 out of 10 on the tilt meter, to where like I could potentially start tilting. So if you could control yourself from the beginning, control control your actions, control your decisions, right, to where it's straight to your plan. Right, then if you could do that, then you won't reach that 0 to 100 on the tilt meter. You know what I'm saying? To where you start tilting, you start taking dumb trades, and then you just end up blowing the account or blowing the challenge when you was up. You know what I mean? I've done that so many times. I've lost so many challenges. I bet you guys can relate to the same shit, bro. Like, you want to try to control your decision making. Make sure that you're making decisions based off of your process, based off of your plan. And if you do make the mistake, just know that you made the mistake and you need to stop. Since you made a mistake, just stop. Don't try to fix the mistake right then and there, because you trying to fix your mistake is only gonna lead to the worst. And if you do quote unquote fix your mistake by entering the trade and whatever, and you went in, that's really not you fixing the mistake. That's you basically making another mistake. You know what I mean? And then you just make it worse for yourself, even in the future. So once you start practicing your discipline in the charts, once you start practicing making the right decisions off bat, and when you do make the wrong decision, once you practice, like, okay, let me stop, you get better and better and better at it every single time. You know what I mean? To where you could control it, to where as soon as you feel it, as soon as you see us, you can see yourself starting to feel FOMO or feel fear or feel anything emotional, right? You start to feel it, then you can control it, right? Like this. You know what I'm saying? To where your consistency is a lot higher. Your trading performance is way better. You know what I'm saying? And you'll just be up there with traders that are there. You know what I'm saying? You want to get there. You know what I mean? So I just want to give a little psychology. You got to remember, like today, like any day, you don't have to trade. You don't have to trade. You don't have to be a trader. You could sit here and watch price go without you, right? It's okay. It's always gonna be another opportunity, right? It's just like, let's say if I miss EU and shit today, like if I don't take this trade, okay, I had a good week last week. Even if I didn't have a good week last week, the next opportunity is gonna come maybe tomorrow on a Tuesday. Let Monday print. You know what I'm saying? It's only Monday. It's the start of the week. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's not even 9:30 yet. Like, it might be a setup on NQ. Well, let's say you trade one pair. Okay, it might be a setup next session. You know, PM session or some shit. You know what I mean? If you don't trade PM session, then shit, it's gonna be a setup tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So remember, just anything that sticks to you being balanced. You know what I mean? With this trading shit, stay balanced. If it's something to where you're making a decision based off of because you feel some type of way, it's not gonna be a good decision at the end of the day, or in the long term. It may play out in your favor this time. Next time, it's not gonna play out in your favor. If it play out in your favor this time, you be like, oh, okay, I did it last time. The last time I made a mistake, I fixed it by having a winning trade, even though I tilted. But I had a winning trade, so I fixed it. So the next time you make that mistake and you take a trade and it doesn't work out, your mind is gonna be like, oh, but it worked out last time. It should have worked out. Now you're mad. Now you're trying to fight the shit. Now you're trying to get back in. Now you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? Now you're trying to fight the shit. So don't fight it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta get hit in the chin, hit in the face. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your plan is not gonna work out because you had a plan and you got hit right in the face. You know what I'm saying? And that just is what it is. Alright, so something interesting that's interesting to me is how we ran out the previous weekly high, right? $1. Now, if you used to look at the higher time frame on the weekly chart, we've been going down, and then we had one only weekly up day, right? Now that we have taken out the previous weekly high, we don't have to necessarily come into this balanced price range, right? That's not necessarily, right? That monthly could stay bearish. It's already been bearish. So since it took out that previous weekly high, my question is, how do we trade back through, right? If dollar is bearish and EU is gonna go higher, because if you look at even the weekly chart, right, we hit the consequent encroachment of that weekly inversion fair value gap. So the short retracement may be over with, right? And I may be asking for too much to see it go lower this week. But since we ran out that low, I'm wondering if it can go higher, right, and start running out previous highs, right? Now, since EU is a little weaker than GU, I'd rather take GU, right, and then go higher. So I want to see what can we do. Do we retrace back into this first percent of FEG, and then what do we do there, right? So I want to see what we do there. For NASDAQ and ES, we are getting close to that new week opening gap. Once we get there, I want to see what price does after that. Alright, so I just entered a GU short. Basically, we rejected off of this breaker, right, at a key level, and then we traded through this first percent of FEG. So I'm thinking that we're gonna use that first percent of FEG. We're gonna use that first percent of FEG to start running towards this sell side liquidity pool, right? So I like what GU did there. I would have rather been a seller at EU, right? Seller EU. But since EU already took out the previous weekly low, it could continue lower. But I liked how GU traded up into that first percent of FEG right here. I traded through and traded right in there, so it could catch up with EU and start trading towards this sell side liquidity pool, and maybe even lower. I may just take TP once we start trading start trading to and through that. Alright, so we got some good displacement from here. We're about to come into this macro. I really don't want to see it come back to that first resistant FEG since we did the work right here, consolidation. So maybe the middle of that should hold. I could move my stop halfway, right, and take a smaller loss. Alright, so that's what I'm gonna do because I don't anticipate it to come all the way up there. If it's gonna start running towards the low, I want to see it run towards the sell side. No, so move my stop halfway. Once we start running from here, then I'll move my stop to break even after we start taking out this low.
That was a nice entry though, Angelo.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying it, but I needed more information at that first presented FEG because like whole time it could still go lower even though we EU and dollar ran out previous weekly high and EU ran out previous weekly low. I'm still drawing lower, so I'm thinking that GU might be the one that's lagging a bit behind. So once it went back through that first. Alright guys, so now that we're inside of this macro, I don't really like the idea of it trading back into that first presented FEG if it's gonna reach down to where I want to see it get to, low resistant, not high resistant. If we have to trade back up into that again, since we already made it, right, went through it and went back through it again, I don't like the idea of it coming back into that. So what I'm gonna do, especially since we're in the macro, I want to see displacement. What I'm gonna do, since it's a Monday, is put my stops at break even. We don't take no L's today. Allow for the break even because I want to see it expand. Since we took out this low and we're getting retracement again, I don't want to see back and forth retracement back into this FEG. Then it most likely might go higher or chop around since it's a Monday. So my trade management is based off of time and price action, right? Time first, right? Since we're at a certain time window, right? If this was like news, if it was like some news or shit, I could stand for maybe a trade back through or take out these highs and then lower. But since we're at the 10:50, 11:10 macro, we only have an hour left until 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is where it starts getting dead. I want to see it get to this low, right? So that's why I move my stops to break even. Winning day because we don't take no L's, right? We took risk, don't take no L today. And everything is straight, man. Fuck. Yeah, come on, man. Go lower. Come on. Fuck. But yeah. All right, so we're getting a little I've already figured that it was gonna be a high resistance liquidity run, right, compared to EU. All right, so we took out the sell side liquidity pool, right? The amount of money that was there was like a 1-to-1. I'm aiming for a little bit more, maybe like 200, 220, you know, somewhere around there. So right now, stops are at break even. I'm allowing in price to do what it's gonna do. If it comes back and hits me out at break even because it took out the sell side liquidity and wants to revert and do all some type of fuckery, then that's cool. You know what I mean? But so far so good. We don't lose anything. It hit me out at break even. I'm not gonna feel it's gonna suck, of course, but like it's not gonna be the end of my world. You know what I mean? That's how you wanna always put your mind to. Like, it's not gonna be the end of the world if it come back and hit me out at break even. I'm not gonna try to re-enter. It's about that. It's coming into that time to where like it's, you know, me trying to re-enter a trade at that time. Cool. I already have my mindset that I might hold the trade until FOMC not FOMC member, Government Bailey starts speaking, because that's when they might move and this candle might go bearish, more bearish, right? We have this macro that's coming up soon, so this may be this might give a move to where I can at least get 200 to 210, maybe 200. I don't think it's coming all the way down here, but at least expansion down into this FEG high, maybe, and then I'll TP there, take something out there since it's a Monday, right? All right, so we took out the sell side liquidity pool. Didn't give it expansion, right, to give me at least a 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 1.6. Right, it did come to a 1-to-1, but it's not in my plan to take that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow this to run for the rest of the day, see how it goes, see if it can get back to this low, expand to this low, possibly during that Government Bailey speaking, right? Maybe it'll give that, or maybe it'll break even. But I'll update you guys. All right. Oh, bro, fucking blew the account. Psych. We hit TP. You know what I'm saying? So basically, GU went back up into this inversion FEG, and then we fell off the bed right to the TP. I TP'd a little bit earlier than aiming for that 1 to 2 because you know, it was no telling that it was gonna get down into there. So I just went ahead and took it around like a 1 to, let me see, 1 to 6.8. We made basically, let's go on and pull that up. We made $196 today. 196, good for a Monday. Good start to a Monday. But yeah, I ain't gonna waste no more of y'all time, man. Y'all seen the trade, y'all seen how I operated. Boom. All right, go ahead and hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you're new to that channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm out.